very warm welcome to Dusty Shelf. Hope I find you well. Today, another train set from Hornby. So this is Master of the Glens, and I do plan to give this one away as well in one of the prize draws. I've only got the one of these, so this is actually brand new in the box. Never been out, but I am going to take it out for this video because I want to review the set. But this will be the set in the prize draw, and at the end of the video I'll tell you how to enter should you wish to do so. So let's talk about the set itself. Well, this came out in 2015, so yeah, 11 years old, and it's kind of an entry-level set. I say kind of because with it being an express loco in the set, you know, it's a little bit more expensive than some of the starter sets, but you do get the express loco and three teak carriages for the LNER. The loco itself obviously is the P2 Cock of the North, and there was 8 of them in existence and they were all scrapped. So but there is a new build happening at the moment with the guys that brought Tornado to the rails. They're building a brand new P2 which will be called the Prince of Wales. So anyway, back to the set. So we have down the bottom here a schematic showing what's in the set. We've got the loco, 3 teak coaches, and the track mat, a circle of track. And it says here the track mat is 1.6 metres by 1.2 metres, and it contains a starter oval of track plus track pack A. So track pack A actually gives you a set of points and a siding. And I'm just going to slide this along a little bit. Hopefully I'll just move some things off my unit, and then just moving down the box a little so we can see this end. You can see here the track, the points, and the siding. You also get the controller in there, and down the bottom here it says an exceptionally powerful locomotive was required to haul the LNER express trains along the final part of the difficult and demanding East Coast main line from London to Aberdeen. Such a locomotive was the awesome LNER Class P2 Cock of the North. The model LNER Cock of the North locomotive and simulated teak coaches included in this set helped to capture those exciting days of train travel in the 1930s, when the trains such as the one depicted on this set would cut through the Scottish countryside and without question would be the masters of the Glens. And it goes on to repeat about including the track mat and the track in there. Right, let's turn the box over. So on the side of the box, pretty much the same, to be honest with you, Master of the Glens. It just shows the pictures again and then repeats at this end the picture of the loco. So over on the back of the box it tells you about all the accessories basically that you can add to the train set. So it says the photograph shows the track mat layout which can be created in easy stages, and then goes on to tell you all the bits that you can add to it. So effectively what comes with the set, you get the basic oval here, and then track pack A, that also comes with the set, which is the siding and the points. And then you can add track B, which gives you a little bit more second siding, track pack C, which is the second track, and then it goes on and on all the way across. And then down at the bottom here there's the accessories packs that you can add as well. So these don't come with the set, but you can see here the station accessories pack, then the water tower and the railway cottage, the second station set, and then the goods yard. So you can see how you can build up your layout, adding accessories. And I think these are all still available from Hornby. But, for me, I'd much prefer creating a layout using your own imagination rather than these track mats. Just at the end here it says about the warnings, not suitable for children under 36 months, although on the newer sets now they do say 14 years. So with this being one of the older sets, yeah, it does say on here 36 months. And then down the bottom here 12 volt to 19 volt, and the usual little warnings on there. And it does say DCC ready, although you know, with this being an older loco it won't be with one of the pinned sockets. It will be a solder, I would have thought, to put a chip in these. Anyway, let's slide it out of the box and let's have a look at the train set. Well, I'll start with the functional end of the layout. So we've got a little adapter plug and a brand new controller. You can see there, I won't need those because I've got my own tracking controller. And in the accessories we have a buffer stop for the siding, and some accessories bags. We've got one here which basically has the vacuum pipes and the front coupling for the loco, and a second bag here which is the pipes for the drain cocks and also the front steps as well. So yeah, although the Loco itself isn't the most detailed, the fact that it comes with some nice little accessories is always good to see. Then in terms of the track, I won't lift it all out, but you can see here you've got your connector to connect the power to the track. You've got your full oval of track here, a couple of straights, and then down the bottom here there's your points for the siding. This should have mentioned as well, there's also a couple of straights as well in amongst those bits that are there. Now before I lift the Loco out, I'll just show this. This is the track mat. I'm not going to open this because, as I say, I do want to give this train set away, so I'll leave this for the winner to open. Now in terms of the literature that comes with the train set, I'm not actually going to open these because I do want to keep these nice and mint. But you see here, P2 class, a 282 steam locomotive and tender. It gives you running tips as normal, and then inside it will tell you about the lubrication points and how to fit the DCC decoder in there. So I'll pop that to one side, and you see obviously the track mat that's in there, and there's a couple of other little bits of literature just inside. I think they're probably telling you about the accessories that you can get. Now, as you can see, all these coaches, they're absolutely brand new. So I'm just going to lift one of them out. And when we run the Loco, I'll use my coaches behind. But you can see they're fairly basic, but you've got the teak effect on the side and the grey paint on the roof, and metal wheels on here, and the larger couplings, plastic couplings. So quite basic coaches, but you'll be aware if you had any of these how good runners they are. I always find these absolutely superb with the metal wheels on there, and yeah, they're absolutely an ease to run, shall we say. So we've got a set of 3 of those in there. I'll just slide this one back in. As I say, I won't get the other ones out, because when I run the Loco, I'll use my own other characters for that. Right, now in terms of the Loco, this has never been out of the box, so I'm going to open this very gently. Just get the Loco out of the polythene. There we go. Boy, it's a very weighty Loco. It's very heavy indeed. That's actually really nice. There's a lot of detail on there. I'm quite surprised at that. I was expecting it to be a very basic Loco, but yeah, that's nice. Very nice indeed. Let's lift the tender out. Pop that down on there, and let's just move the box to one side so that we can look at the Loco in detail. Well, I am pleasantly surprised. I was expecting a sort of railroad Loco in terms of the detailing, and this is a little bit step up on that. As I've already mentioned, a very heavy Loco. Let's have a quick look round inside. So in the cab we've got lots of detail moulded in there, nothing picked out in paint though. So I mean, you could quite easily pick out some areas in there should you wish with a paintbrush. I mean, it's all moulded in there, so it wouldn't take a lot, but it's got other little details in here, like the running plate that sits between the tender and the Loco is there, and the same with the little doors that you know, protect the driver. And we've got glass in the forward windows, not in the rear ones, and you can see on the side here 2001 perfectly printed on the side. The rear pony truck is fixed, and the wheels are flangeless to allow the articulation around the track. You know, obviously if you had flanged wheels on the rear here with a fixed pony, it wouldn't make it round the corners, especially with the set of 4 main driving wheels. I mean, it's quite a sizable Loco as well, isn't it? Moving across, let's carry on talking about the cab area. We've got the 2 whistles moulded into the roof and the sky roof. The flaps are set, one with half open and the other one fully open, and lots of little riveting detail across the top of the cab roof there. Top of the boiler, absolutely exquisitely painted. I'm really impressed with the painting on this. Very crisp lines. Again, some more moulded in rivets. We've got a join across the top here. Now I think that's probably there where the two smoke deflectors either side would join on the actual Loco, but I love the way that it separates around the chimney, very much like the W1 that I reviewed a week or so ago, the Gresley W1. I love this sort of way that it sweeps around the chimney and then comes down to the front of the Loco. Very, very distinctive look on these, and you can see the smoke box door sort of tucked away underneath, and another whistle at the front there, which now makes me leads me to believe these are probably the safety valves, aren't they? I said they were whistles, of course they are. They're safety valves at the top there, so my mistake. Anyway, onto the side of the Loco. I've already mentioned the pony truck is fixed, but running down the side here we've got a separately fitted pipe work. Running down the side of the Loco we've got a separately fitted handle and another separately fitted handle running all the way down the front. And then the nameplates are printed perfectly onto the smoke deflector. So unlike the top of the range Locos, there's no separately fitted nameplates. These are just printed onto the smoke deflectors. The motion itself looks absolutely wonderful. It's got all these little moulded components over the top here, which really do add to the complexity of the motion underneath. And obviously with the four wheels on here, just makes it look like such a powerful Loco. And underneath we got the brake mechanism all fitted, and again with the detail on the side here, you can see the brake shoes on each of the wheels fitted in place. Got a very discreet crosshead, and the piston arm itself, yeah, is very neatly modelled there, and the piston housing themselves moulded in plastic, but yeah, not a lot of detail picked out on there. Round onto the front of the Loco, I've already mentioned that it doesn't have sprung buffers, so fixed buffers, but a nice painted buffer beam nonetheless in red, and the buffers themselves picked out in black and silver, and again with the number 2001 printed on the buffer beam. Now I've already mentioned the smoke box door, but in here it's a moulded in dart, but it is all painted, and again with all the hinges are painted in there as well, which is really great to see. Down on the bogie we've got obviously the pocket here for the NEM coupling that can go in the NEM pocket there, and there's also a little hook on the front. Round to the other side of the Loco, and then we've got some detailing moulded onto the side here. You have to forgive me, I don't actually know what that is. I assume it's some sort of injector system, but we've still got the same amount of detail on this side of the Loco as well, and again all the brake shoes fitted, and the four wheels right the way back up to the cab. And yeah, as I mentioned, glazing either side of the cab and in the side windows. Not the neatest of fit for the glazing inside, but nevertheless it is there. In terms of the drive and the pickup, it's all in the Loco, nothing on the tender, and no electrical connection between the Loco and the tender. And you see here the coupling is purely a pin and a socket just to go underneath to link the two together. Inside, not a lot of detailing here, but moulded in. The brake handles have been moulded in sort of tool direction, so they're not separately fitted, but they are moulded on there. And again, you could put these out with colour should you wish to. Like the way the coal is moulded on top and then they've sort of poked it through at the front there, just breaks the colour up a little bit. Handrails are moulded in, they're not separately fitted, but the painting on the side of this, really crisp, really beautifully done, and the same with the moulding down the side of the tender here. And I have to say, this is the first of Hornby sort of Gresley Locos that I've picked up with any flashing down the side of the tender. Normally drives me crazy whenever I look at them, but this one's nice and clean, got clean lines all the way through. I love the spoked wheels, all picked out in green at the bottom there, and again the brake rods are pre-fitted. We've got a vacuum pipe on the rear of the tender, no sprung buffers, and just the moulded in steps and lampines that are moulded onto the body of the tender. Yes, not bad looking Loco. I'm quite impressed with that. So I think the next step is let's go and pop this on the scales and let's see what it weighs like, and then we'll see how it runs. Right, let's lift this onto the scales. So the Loco's 400 grams. That's really heavy for one of these Locos, and with the tender on there, 478 grams. Yeah, not bad at all. Right, let's go see how it runs. Alright, let's give this a tiny bit of power. Just going to see if I can get it to creep. Do you know, that's not bad at all. Back the other way. See how slowly I can get it to creep. Obviously using my HM controller. Oh, it's just a little bit notchy, but yeah, running very nice indeed. Yeah, I like that a lot. Hopefully with those 8 wheels it's going to go around the corners okay. Yeah, not bad at all. The London and North Eastern Railway Edinburgh to Aberdeen route had some very steep gradients and tight curves, and the express passenger service was usually worked by a double header of 2 small engines. To overcome this situation, Nigel Gresley, Chief Mechanical Engineer of the LNER, began designing a new locomotives at the Doncaster Works in 1932. The 282 configured locomotive was given the classification P2 and had 4 driving axles for greater adhesion, an A3 boiler and a Carlchak blast chimney system. A total of 6 of the class were built. By 1944 the whole class had been withdrawn. As mentioned earlier in the video, the A1 Trust are building a brand new P2 which hopefully we're going to see on the rails in the next few years. It's interesting to note that the Loco was originally designed for steep gradients and tight curves, and yet in model form it's the tight curves and any undulations in the track that become the Achilles heel of the model. Well, before I tell you about the competition, let me just sum up the running. It's been going around on the layout for half an hour while I've got the shots of my little montage there, but it has had some problems going across the points on corners. I've got a lot of curved points on my layout. There's 3 or 4 sets that it has to traverse, and I'm sure most of you are aware that Locos with multiple sets of wheels in the centre, such as this one or the 9F for example, they do have trouble going across those points, so I have had a couple of derailments, but generally not been too bad. It's gone round and I managed to get the shots that I wanted. Well, first of all, congratulations to Ken, who won the J13 in the previous competition. I've sent that and it's on its way to you. And now to this week's competition, which is to win the Master of the Glens train set. So the set we've just reviewed, it is this actual set that you'll be winning. So I have run the train, but before today, it's never been run, it's never been out of the box. I just had to run it around the track to do the review. But if you'd like to win this train set, I'm going to do exactly the same as I did before. So I've partnered again with Raffle. Over on their website, tickets are £1 each, and basically the draw will close in about a week's time. And if you pop over there, you do have to create an account to start with. Once you've created the account, then you know, as I say, £1 a ticket, and I think if you buy multiples you get special offers. But don't forget, also on the Raffle website is a free to enter competition, so it doesn't cost you anything to enter, and that's to win one of this year's Hornby Christmas wagons. I've just put that on there just because the previous competition was an absolute disaster. And on that matter, this one, because it's a train set, I can't post this around the world, so this one will only be open to those in the UK, unfortunately. So I do apologise to anybody else around the world, but I just can't post a big train set like this. It would just cost too much money and be too complicated with import fees and things. So yeah, I'm going to have to make this just the UK. But anyway, if you'd like to buy a ticket and support the channel, I'd be very, very grateful. I've put a QR code down here, and hopefully there's a link going in at the top here, and just across the bottom here is the website. And if you go over there, as I say, create an account, and yeah, please buy some tickets. Well, there you go. Please do enter the competition if you wish to. I'll be very, very grateful for all the entries. It does help the channel out. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. Why not check out the channel? Lots on there. And if you can subscribe, I'll be very, very grateful. And with that, we'll leave this one there. I'll just say thanks ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.